Alright guys, we are back with yet another ETC AMA. It's not Q&A, it's AMA.
I don't know what a Q&A is.
Yeah,
I know what an AMA is, and that's what you're watching right fucking
Never
now.
heard of it. But we're missing yet another it's just me and you, or is it?
Yeah, we need someone else in here.
Okay, who could it be?
Hey, it's Kovic.
Oh my god!
Hi.
Hello Kovic from
Machinima's
Inside
own
Gaming.
Inside Gaming star, Adam Kovic.
I wouldn't call me a star.
We really get only the best guests for this AMA. It's
Spared
true.
no expense.
Yes. But let's get straight into it. The first question, or the first ask, I guess, comes from the Black Mustache. If you won $1 million instantly, how different would your lives change from that point? You want to take this one first?
$1 million?
Yeah.
Well,
Which just seems like a...
We live in Southern California. Once taxes takes over, we're left with maybe 300 grand.
How much is real estate here?
I mean, you couldn't get a house for less than 700K. So, I mean, life would be slightly nicer.
Yeah.
For sure, but that's not going to help.
So what would you do with your $300,000?
I would invest it in mutual funds.
Okay.
Oh.
That's a responsible answer.
Much
So
more
that
responsible.
my grandchildren might have something.
Wow, that is the bleakest answer and most accurate answer to that question I've yet heard.
What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that I'd be responsible about it, like invest it, you know, keep it away, let it grow and shit. But I'd probably do a lot of like dumb shit with it as well.
Drugs.
Throw it around. Yeah, maybe some drugs. Yeah. Maybe not. I'd probably go on some trips. I don't know. I'd waste a lot of it on just like partying and shit like that, just because I don't have $1 million. And the idea of having $1 million and being able to like lay on it would be.
I think
nice.
my first experience with it would be just sheer terror. I don't want to fuck this up.
Someone's
what can
gonna
I do
come
to
kill
not
me.
fuck this up? Yeah, I'm in trouble. But yeah, I agree. Taxes would take out most of it in California. You can't get real estate here in California with it. But you could put a nice down payment on a house.
Yeah.
And you could put enough down to where the mortgage wouldn't be crazy.
But we're such sad adults. Yeah. I mean, okay, so theoretically we have $1 million liquid. We can do whatever we want with it. It's ours.
Yeah, there's no tax.
Okay.
Just $1 million.
Move to some Romanian country and buy a castle.
Perfect.
Well, there's only one Romanian country, and it's called Romania.
Yes.
Never heard of it.
I think immediately I would buy a car. I don't own a car. I haven't in many, many years. So that'd be my first like lavish.
What kind of car?
Something reasonable, I guess. Probably like a Honda Accord.
This is not the answer they wanted.
What would you do with $1 million? I'd get a Honda Accord. It's reliable.
It's sensible.
And then yeah, I'd probably down payment on a house and do some traveling.
This question loses its the amount of fun goes down as you get older.
Yeah.
You start thinking of like $1 million. That's not a lot. Like,
Yeah, you really got to manage that.
Yeah, honestly, like a huge chunk of that would immediately just go to like money that I owe for student loans.
Yeah.
Like to
Owed
the
money.
IRS, like credit card debt. Like I'm currently worth like minus several $1,000s
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things.
yeah,
So
Sally Mae fucked you good.
Yeah, so $1 million. Come back with the question and make it $1 billion. Then we'll start talking about fantasies. Because
Even then, we're like, it's not gonna last.
I don't know.
that money will run out.
In this economy,
Get a very functional, reasonably sized boat.
Yeah.
Have one bitch on the boat.
Yes.
Your second question comes from Green Tiger. Which of you is the biggest drinker? Favorite drink?
I think I'll just go out and say that I'm probably the biggest drinker.
Easily.
All three of us.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of up there with you.
Yeah, we're all alcoholics. I don't know about Kovic. The ETC crew drinks its sorrows away.
I know, but like, so we went drinking 3 times last week. We had the Machinima party, I went to a podcast party, and then Joel had his party.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of drinks, but every day I felt hungover just because my tolerance level's so
All
low.
of these questions are really showing our age.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. Like last year, I was like, it's fine. We go like when it's like event season.
Yeah.
Then your liver can take it.
Yes.
But like,
It's like it preps itself knowingly.
I don't really drink on a regular basis, so it's like when we go to a party, I have like 1 or 2 drinks. I'm like, oh, I slept horrible and I feel bad. So I'm getting old. That's a good answer.
As far as favorite drink goes, I'm like I'm not a craft beer snob. Like I drink more Coors Light and Miller Lite than craft beer, but I do love craft beer. It just gets me like too drunk too fast, and I kind of like want to stay awake. But the best beer of all time, Pliny the Elder by Russian River Brewing. It is the best. But I'm a big IPA fan, but a fan of all beers in general. I just
Can't
love
drink
beer.
Pliny all night though. That's
No,
like kind of a
absolutely
one
not.
glass and then switch to something else sort of thing.
Yeah, that's how it mostly goes for me. I like have start out with a nice craft beer, because by the time you're like 4 beers deep, you're not tasting what's good about the beer anymore. But as far as alcohol goes, any kind of whiskey. But
yeah, I mean, I generally try to stay away from hard alcohol, mostly because it gets you drunk really fast, and I like to stretch out my drinking periods, maybe start in the middle of the day on a Sunday and go into the night and still have like my wits about me. So craft beer for sure. I guess specifically, I'm really into like Racer 5, all the Magic Hat beers. A lot of great breweries just here in California.
Yeah,
we got Golden Road.
We did that beer tour a while ago. I don't know if you were with us.
I didn't go.
The Golden Road Brewery. Yeah, it's amazing.
And I ate the hops. That was a bad idea.
Yeah, but no one watching this can get Golden Road because they only ship as far as a car will drive.
Oh. Well, there might be someone from LA watching this.
Yeah, or someone could smuggle it.
When you drink it from the tap, though, like where they made it, that's like the best beer in the world.
Yes, absolutely.
It's like as age goes on, though, progressively it gets worse and worse until it just tastes like every other kind of swill.
As far as Team ETC goes, functioning alcoholics.
Yeah.
Drowning our sorrows.
We work hard, and then we drink hard, and then we cry hard, and then we get up
and do the same thing all over again. Yeah.
HCWS asks, what is the best software to use when learning how to edit videos? Simple and easy to use.
Starting off, I would not start off with a basic consumer editing software like the one that Apple gives you, like iMovie. Don't start there because you're not going to learn a higher end program.
You'll actually unlearn things most likely.
It's good for like dipping your toes in if you're real young. Like honestly, like Premiere and Final Cut, like if you have no experience with any like complex sort of like creative programs, you're gonna be lost. But if you're like kind of person that likes to just like jump in on the deep end and like figure shit out as you go, you should definitely just do that. Because there's a long learning curve. I've been editing for like over 10 years, and there's still every week I find like a new feature or trick that's been hidden somewhere in there.
Yeah, it makes it way easier, and once you realize, you're like, oh, that's stupid.
I just wasted like literally thousands of hours of my life leading up to this moment.
That's what it was like when I found out about the pen tool on Photoshop. I was like, what? Where did the time go?
I always say there's unlimited ways to get to the same destination.
Yeah.
The way you want to do that is up to you.
Yeah.
I think when you work collectively with a group of people, you learn quicker.
Yeah.
I think that's nice. You can go to school for however many years. Typically, the teacher knows as much as you do because he's going through the book at the same time. He's like, oh, fuck, what's in Creative Cloud this year? And
then all the instructors that are teaching it, like the programs and medium are constantly evolving anyway, so they have to relearn everything as they're teaching it to you. But as far as editing programs go, I started out on Avid, but I haven't touched that.
I would recommend Avid for like
but I started out basically on Final Cut, which used to be amazing.
Yeah.
Final Cut X came out, kind of ruined things. I heard they fixed it, but we switched over to Adobe Premiere, which is just an amazing editing software, and it works hand in hand with Photoshop and After Effects. So I think overall, like Premiere is the best editing software I've ever used.
And Adobe is really good about like packaging their software for like students. So like if you can prove that you're in high school or college, you can get basically all their products for like 10% of the actual price. There's also other less legal ways of getting all of their stuff.
Right, like dating girls from high school and using their school IDs to get Creative Cloud for cheap.
That's what Adam did.
I'm sorry, Sarah. It's not working out.
But yeah, I'd say, based on my experience, jump into a kind of a professional type thing like Premiere and just learn it, because
prosumer, or you want to call it
prosumer, because you're gonna want to move on to it anyway. You might as well do it. And for basic editing, you can just watch tutorials on YouTube and learn it pretty quick for basic editing.
CreativeCow.net is your best friend. You can learn how to do damn near anything on there. It's a great community. Been there for like since video editing's been a thing. So
there's a bunch of this stuff on the subreddit just asking, like, because I brought up the fact that I worked for From First to Last on the previous episode, so everyone was asking about Skrillex, so I'll just like make it really kind of brief. But he was in the band when I was working for them. I've known him since he was like 17. Actually, the first place that I lived when I moved out to LA was I lived with him and his parents in their little, like, they had like a little studio apartment underneath their house, and I lived there. But yeah, he's honestly the nicest dude ever. He's incredibly talented. We still hang out every once in a while. Where he's extremely busy, obviously. But when he's in town, I say hi to him. I see him around at shows and stuff like that. Extremely nice guy, really good friend, and just genuinely a stand-up human being. He gets a lot of hate online, but that's only because he's so popular. It's just
Yeah, he's like a prodigy. Like he was doing shit like as a teenager that like I was just fucking twiddling my thumb. So I gotta respect Skrillex, even if I'm not the biggest fan of all of the music he puts out. Although I do like a lot of it as well.
Did you know he did the sound effects, or at least some of them, for Transformers?
Yeah. No,
I was watching the behind the scenes thing, and he's just in a studio making dinosaur sounds.
yeah,
That's
And it was
amazing.
like, that sounds like Skrillex music, but it works so well for metal dinosaurs.
yeah. And it's constantly like insane seeing him and stuff. Like he was animated into Wreck-It Ralph.
That's right. Yeah. He's the DJ.
Yeah, one of the first things that like kind of blew me away was when they relaunched Beavis and Butthead. They used one of his videos as the video that they made fun of, and I was like, oh my god, you're like, I couldn't believe, like, I was like, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. Like, but it's constantly like insane to see how far he's grown. I guess it's cool. Yeah,
And he's
like,
only 19 years old. It's insane.
but it's funny though because my parents, when he won his first Grammy, I like called my mom and I was like, hey, you remember Sonny? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, he just won a Grammy.
Wow.
And she's like, wow, a Grammy Award winner stayed in our house. Well, by God. So it's cool.
And then there's also you.
Yeah, me.
You're on the internet once in a while.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, good for
Do you guys still
son.
hang out? Do you talk?
And, yeah, just like, can you tell Skrillex to come back and stay with us
Is he
again?
hiring? FRA 121 asks, what is your favorite movie and how many times did you watch it?
Kovic.
This has been asked me a million times. I've been doing these like QA things on my own channel.
They're not QAs, they're AMAs.
Whatever. It's whatever you want to call it. RoboCop, and I've seen it countless times. Bought it again recently on Blu-ray and watched it because it came with a free ticket for the new RoboCop, which I didn't go see.
I don't think you missed it.
Well, they had it on Blu-ray for like $3 on Amazon. I'm like, yes, and it's still as good today as it has ever been. All-time favorite movie.
Yeah, I don't know, like, I'm not good at, like, keeping favorites, but Children of Men is, like, a movie I can just watch over and over again, and it's, like, for me, the perfect mix of, like, action, sci-fi, dystopian, and then just, like, beautiful direction. But, yeah, it's also got, like, some of the best cinematography ever, and I'm a big fucking
Such a
sucker
downer,
for this
though.
stuff.
How can you watch that over and over?
I don't think I've probably seen it, like, 10 times. But I'd say, like, my second favorite movie would be, like, the Royal Tenenbaums of Rushmore. So it's on like completely opposite end of the spectrum. I'm just like delighted by all the colors and all the funny people.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say there's always like that one movie that's just like on TV.
Yeah.
I would say like I would say something like Shawshank Redemption or like Casino. If those movies are any Scorsese movie, like if it's just on, you're like, yeah I'll watch it.
Yeah.
It's not so much that you pop in the DVD and you watch it. It's just like you'll sit there because you just get sucked in.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Those are entirely different types of movies.
So I definitely, anytime I see Goodfellas or Casino, especially like I'm probably gonna see it at my parents' house during Christmas. I'll just be like flipping channels and end up watching the entire second half of either of those movies.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then mine is definitely Smokey and the Bandit, which I was introduced to at a very young age because it was my dad's favorite movie. So I've seen that movie more than any other movie ever in my life, and it is everything that makes me happy. It is funny. It has car chases. It's just like great. And Jackie Gleason, tour de force, just amazing. It's a hilarious movie. It's infinitely watchable, and I mean it's Sally Field, Burt Reynolds in the 70s. It like doesn't get any better than that. I don't know. It's my favorite movie of all time.
It's definitely from a time and a place that is no longer around.
That does not exist
I'll
anymore.
level with you guys. I've never seen it.
Really?
I've never seen it either. I know that it's about like a whole like heist of a bunch of Coors.
Yeah, they go to Texarkana, Texas to bootleg Coors beer back to Atlanta on a bet that they can't do it in a certain time frame.
All right, well let's watch it sometime.
Yes, my dream car is the Trans Am from that movie.
They should have just waited till like a little later, and then Coors went national, and you could just go to the store.
But that wouldn't make the movie. Shut up. All right, next question.
Super0293, what would you like to eat for your last meal?
Jesus.
That's morbid.
Yeah.
Except I know the answer.
I don't know, cyanide?
Oh. Yeah, does the trick.
That would really be miserable.
Yeah.
I don't. Isn't it just instant? You're just dead.
No, it like
Oh.
it's supposed to be just an agonizing
Okay.
experience.
Then the filet mignon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably have just like several pounds of like pulled pork and ribs and brisket, maybe some collards. Just go full barbecue with it.
I mean, do you want to eat until you're like just in a food coma? That,
Yeah.
like, you just don't feel anything anymore?
Because like every time I eat barbecue, I'm just like, all right, time to stop because I know I'm gonna feel like shit later. But if I'm about to die, like,
I do have one, a real one. But when you went to Japan, did you have Kobe beef?
Yes.
That is like the greatest food in the world. I don't know. I can't think of anything better than that.
I hear it's all right.
I would have to say the barbecue thing. Yes, I'm completely on board with that. I would be like, ship me to Austin, let me go nuts on brisket for the rest of my day, and then I'll die happy. But if I had to do a different one, I'd say fried chicken from Bojangles. It's a South Carolina chicken place, real good. They got fried okra. Bojangles or a Publix sub. I don't know. I'm all over the place.
You know how you like shit yourself after you die? It would be the biggest
putrid.
shit ever.
Yeah.
If you had fried chicken for your last meal.
Yeah, I would ruin whoever was administering the lethal injection.
Damn. Well, that was a sad question.
Let's finish it up, Elliot. You got the last question there.
Spool is High asks, how old were you guys when you first started watching porn? Whew. God, I don't know. It depends
kind of a
on your
mixed
definition
question.
of porn.
Yeah.
It's sort of a gradual process.
Well, because
where
it's
you
like
get-
when did you first walk in on like your dad watching something or?
That never happened. Did that happen to you?
Well, no, like so when I was young, I think I was like maybe 4, maybe 5. But so parents used to record stuff on VHS players all the time. So they would record a movie like Short Circuit or something like that. Then afterwards, they recorded like the Spice Channel or whatever it was back then. So if you let the tape run, whichever someone's pervy dad will let you borrow the tape, you'd get to that part, and it was like some chick just flashing her, her vag, and I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, I don't know. But like that wasn't a consistent thing.
No. Well, we weren't born in the internet age.
No, we had to work for it.
Like the first experience I ever had was a lot of woods by my house. For whatever reason, people look at porn in the woods and they just leave it there when they're done. So the first porn we ever saw was we came across this is
bush full of
crazy
porn.
because it wasn't just like Playboy. It was like Hustler or like
Was yours in a cooler as
like
well?
hardcore. It was hardcore. No, it wasn't in a cooler.
Okay, ours was in a cooler.
It was like-
found out outside.
It was weathered. It was falling apart. And it was fucking insane. And we used to call it, so that was like the first experience, like just seeing it out in the woods, just a wood-found porno mag. And then we would call 1-800 numbers and listen to the things like,
Oh, man.
you've called 1-800
We've
web.
had very similar childhoods.
And then, of course, scrambled porn. Scrambled porn was a big thing.
Yeah, fuck. It's all coming back to me now.
But once broadband hit,
I used to watch porn on Real Player back when the internet first started. You get 5-second clips. It was great. And then Kazaa came out. You get the best porn on Kazaa.
I used to like print out porn.
Oh, yeah?
Because the internet was so slow. It was like, well, this took like 2 minutes to load. I'm just gonna print it out, save it for later.
Yeah. Get it laminated. Why not?
well, Ricky and I had the cooler, so we'd go out into the woods.
I didn't have a cooler.
Anytime we need some free time, we go to the cooler.
Yeah, it became a point where we were like, it'd be like a month later and be like, we haven't gone to the woods in a while. Let's go see if there's any more porno
That
out
would
there.
be just lovely.
Yeah. But nowadays, everyone has it too easy. These kids these days with their HD porn.
What age specifically though? Like maybe 10?
I was very young when we found our first porn mag.
I think I was older. I don't know. Like
Probably 9 or 10, I'd say.
About that.
But nothing worked, so there was no point.
Yeah. Well, I remember my first porno that my friend gave me. It was like his dad's old copy of a movie called Sizzling in Suburbia. And I think it's illegal now because Tracy Lords is in it, and she was technically underage. I think when they made that.
So you looked at underage porn.
I was underage. Yeah. I had to wait for my mom to go to work. I mean, yeah, so it's like I was a child watching a child.
The first time I purchased porn from the porn store, because you couldn't watch it on the internet, we went to the porn store and we bought a bunch of VHS porns, and on the way home from the porn store, we got pulled over. So we're jamming these porn tapes under the car seat. So
They're not illegal.
I know, but so we're like freaking the fuck out. We're like, the cop's gonna see it. The cop's gonna see it. And so he comes out. He like makes us all get out of the car, and he goes, "What were you shoving under the seat? I saw you shoving something under the seat." And we're like, "Nothing." And he goes, "Just tell me what it is. If you tell me now, it's gonna go a lot smoother than if I find it." And he was talking about drugs. He thought we were putting like weed or something into the thing. We were like, We went to the porn store and bought a bunch of pornos.
What did he say?
He made us pull it out to prove it, and it was a bunch of porno things, and he just goes, "Kids, I don't care about you guys."
Do you
not
remember the
illegal.
movie title?
No, one of them was Pizza Sluts. I remember that one got
Pizza
passed
Sluts.
around by a bunch of people. It was like classic pizza guy showing up and then fucking the woman.
nice.
There's also a cheerleader one. I loved the cheerleader one. Yeah, because I remember that they were wearing like my high school colors in the thing, and I was like, this really hits home. But yeah, it was amazing, and he was just like so like embarrassed for us that we had to admit that we were hiding pornography.
That's kind of sad.
So that was the first porn buying experience. I guess that's a high note to leave on the AMA on.
Yeah.
Next time somebody's asked a question, when's the first time we got caught doing a JO to yourself?
Joint off?
That joint off, yes.
I have been 100% successful.
Wow.
I've
think
never
I have
been caught.
There's been close calls.
Yeah.
Oh, there's certainly been close calls, but I've never been caught.
Yeah, there's probably like moments where I was like, she knew. She knew.
Yeah, probably.
Or he knew.
Yeah.
Oh, Dad definitely knew.
yeah.
When I was taking 90-minute showers as a teenager, they knew what was going on.
The water bill's through the roof, Ricky.
Yeah, the towels they had, they were crunchy.
Smells like weed, and all of the towels are crusty.
Yeah.
What the hell were you doing in the shower? Also,
Happening.
the water bill's just through the roof.
All right, let's just stop there.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Tune in for our next ETC AMA.
Yeah, it's not Q&A.
You go wherever the hell you want. I don't
No,
care.
it's AMA. Thanks for joining us, Adam.
Of course,
Thanks,
exactly.
Adam.
Always fun.
All right, hit the stop recording button.